The first part of this talk that I'd really like to cover is the importance of knowing the cycles of relationships. And this topic's covered the best by John Gray in his book, Mars and Venus on a Date. And in that book, he really describes so accurately about the way that relationships kind of ebb and flow. So when you first enter a relationship, hopefully there's attraction. I really hope that there's attraction in the beginning of your relationships. Otherwise, it doesn't seem like they'll go very far. So there's this big attraction stage where everything's great and everything's wonderful. And people are like, la, 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 here we go. Oh my God, this is so cool. And it's going very cool. And so this stage of relationship, a lot of things are super easy. It's easy to be with the person. It's easy to set up a date. It's easy to think about the future. Generally, at this stage of the relationship, you have some space away from each other. Usually, this is still at the point where you are, maybe seeing them only a few times a week, or maybe some people can even be at this stage when they're together 24/7. But this is generally something that always happens in the beginning. What happens to this stage is usually there's an event, some sort of event that challenges your beliefs about that person. Now, it can be good beliefs, it could be bad beliefs, and usually it happens for different people at different times, but whatever there is, there's this event that changes everything. And when that event happens, the relationship typically goes from attraction and down into uncertainty. The important thing to know is uncertainty is absolutely normal and expected in a relationship. I can remember one of my relationships, my husband at the time, my boyfriend at the time, not my husband at the time, called this part phase 2 of the relationship. John Gray calls it stage 2, and it's called uncertainty. So what happens in uncertainty is you're really no longer sure if this is the right relationship for you. You're not sure if this is going to go forward, if this is the best relationship for you. You start to question everything about the relationship, and this is where most relationships fall apart. And some people hit this on the third date, some people hit this on the first date, some people don't hit this for 10 months. But at some point in the relationship, you hit this point which is called uncertainty. And it's where you start questioning, whether this is the right relationship for you. And this is a normal process. Everyone comes upon this time where they hit this place of uncertainty. Now, the thing that usually happens somewhere between attraction and uncertainty is that during attraction, that your love tank, your emotional tank is getting filled and filled and filled and filled and filled all the time. I just lost my picture. There we go. It's getting filled and filled and filled and filled all the time. And when this tank is getting filled and filled and filled all the time, you're feeling great. You're feeling wonderful. You're feeling really happy. As soon as this event turns, and it just turns, and usually as you figure out somehow, some way this person isn't perfect for you, you start having different requirements on the relationship than you had before. And this is what causes the crux of the uncertainty and starts bringing the two of you apart. Now, the piece that will start bringing you back together is speaking each other's love language. Now, if we have Tina over here who speaks a beautiful language called words of affirmation. If all of a sudden she realizes that, her man doesn't say God bless you when she sneezes, or, she never has heard him say, I know you're the one for me. Whatever that magic phrase is for her, some point in time she realizes she's never heard it, and she may never hear it, and all of a sudden she freaks out. That sends her into uncertainty. Troy over here, on the other hand, is doing just fine. He doesn't even realize anything's going on because nothing has happened in his world. He has no idea that all of a sudden she's discovered that her words of affirmation haven't been getting filled. And so then the uncertainty starts increasing and increasing. And until Troy realizes that she needs words of affirmation, or until she informs him that that's what she really needs, until that communication happens, there starts to be a little weird gap in the relationship. Now, I'm sure many of us have experienced that, and that's the gap of uncertainty. The leap out of uncertainty is into exclusivity. And when you decide to become exclusive, that's when the next piece of magic starts happening.